Hi there and welcome to K Warner Studio. Today we're going to make this cute little sturdy box. It will hold 4 tea lights, a whole bunch of other things. It's 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 by 3/4 of an inch. It has a reinforced base. The lid and the base are attached. So let's give it a go. You need one piece of cardstock that measures 10 by 6 1/8 of an inch. Another piece of cardstock to layer on the lid, and a piece of DSP. This is 2 7/8 and this is 2 3/4. So there you go. So let's give it a go. Oh yes, and you also need a piece of ribbon, about an inch, inch and a half. Okay, so we're going to go on the long side and we're going to start scoring at 3/4 of an inch, 1 1/2 inches, 4 5/8, 5 3/8, 8 1/2, and 9 1/4 inches. Flip it on the short side, 3/4 of an inch, 1 1/2 inches, 4 5/8, and 5 3/8. We're going to get rid of this scoreboard, and now we are going to do some cutting. So here's the template. Okay, so this is the bottom, this is the top, and we're going to remove 3 corners on each side. So it's up the end, and the best thing to do is to make sure you remove the ridge caused by the score tool. Okay, so that'll make a nice neat fold in your box and make the edges straight. Doesn't really matter too much about your flaps, but it does matter about the box that we're going to join in. And now we're going to remove this one here. So we remove 3 on that side, making sure to remove that ridge. Okay, and now we're going to go on to 3 on this side. So remove the 2 on the outer edge. Okay, and this one here in the front. Now, these stay. Now we're going to flip this and go to this side where we have to remove 4 on each end. So we'll just take those right off. Making sure to remove that ridge caused by the scoring tool. Okay, and we have to remove this outer one and the little square box that's in the middle. So we're going to cut right on the other side of that little box. Okay, so this side is done, and now we're going to come back to this side. So take the 4 corners out of here. There we go. Right up to that ridge. Repeat what we did on the other side. Okay, now it's best if you use a nice strong adhesive. Okay, now here's the other thing. We need to make sure that these are all cut the same way. So we need to cut up into it, removing the ridge and trying to keep the cut side straight. Okay, so remove that. I'm going to come over here and remove this. If we cut down into it this way, we wouldn't be able to repeat the same motion when we get down to the other 2. Which is why you need to do it this way. And when you cut these ones, you can cut right up into this score line. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm going to remove these 2 here. Taking care to remove all of that material caused by the score tool. Okay, now over to this side. Repeat the same thing. Run this down here to make sure I straighten this up a little bit. Okay, so remove this, and we'll leave that just for another few minutes in case anybody needs it. Okay, so we are going to burnish all of our score lines. You don't have to worry about the flaps they can stay the way that they are. What should be for? Oops, sorry, I have to go over now. Okay. Okay, so there's a few little tricks here yet. So this is the front, as I said, so that's going to fold over. So when applying adhesive to these strips, you need to fold it over. So this is the outside of the box. And when you apply the adhesive, bring it right up to the score line. Close to the score line as you can get it without going over. So try to keep it a nice neat box, okay? Okay, so now we're going to flip this over. Now the next thing is we need to apply adhesive right up against the edge on these 3 flaps. So we'll get that done. Here's how you do this. Push the flap in. You want to take this line here, this edge, and join it right up to that score line. As close as you can get it. Press. Same thing here. Join this edge up to this score line. You can fold your flap in if you like, and then you press that. These two is the lid, so you're going to fold that top of the lid in, and you're going to this edge to that score line and press. Okay, over to this side, same thing, flap, put in the flap, this edge to this score line and press. Perfect. We have a nice square base. Now how this works, the easiest way is to fold the front in and push down the corners, and this covers your tabs inside, so you have a nice reinforced sides without any tab showing, taking care of pressing the corners. So there we have it. Now we are going to put a strip of adhesive right up against the edge in here. This is your lid. You're going to fold that down, and now you're going to take a quarter rounder or quarter chomper. I just have these handheld ones, so this is going to work. And I'm just going to take this off here and the front part on each one of these. Okay, that just allows this to close nice without all the bulk. Okay, so now we're going to decorate the lid. I'm going to fold that down like that. This is the part where the ribbon goes, so we are going to put a line of adhesive here and one here. So do all 4 sides. Take your ribbon, fold that. Oh, you just want enough so that you can grab the top. It's an indication of where the front is. And put that so it grabs the tape a little bit. Run your adhesive over the top of this to give it extra sticking power that you're going to need there, and you just center that on the top and apply. I like to take my bone folder and rub it over where that ribbon is so that it's secure, and now you just apply your adhesive to your leftover DSP. It's going to dress that up, and you could put flowers, anything your heart's desired to dress this up. It'd be great for wedding favors, little gifts, jewelry. Now here's how it is. Put this in. And if you want to put an insert in here to hold candles or anything that needs it, like a chain, It's 4 1/4, and you score 5/8 of an inch on all 4 sides. So there you go. It's our box. How great is that? So thank you for spending your time with me. Bye-bye.